everybody, this is Cara Johnstad, singer-songwriter and founder of Voice Your Essence, and I'm so happy to be back here today. So many things are happening. There are some new launches, new programs happening, and a couple of new concerts planned. And today I'd like to share with you, I've been kind of playing with this idea of suppression, repression, depression, expression, impression, all those pressions. And so the article today is entitled Repressed, How to Move from Depression to Expression. So does depression affect your speech, memory, art, and writing? The answer is yes. So what is the path out of depression? If you repress, you get depressed. Energy cannot flow freely when you bottle it up and you press it down. So if you are depressed, then learn to express. Sigmund Freud said, unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. So what happens when we press down or press it out? When we use more force than necessary, we lose balance. If we push emotions down and repress them, they become stuck, and soon we start feeling sick. And yet if we press them out and throw them into the world with little or no sensitivity, we also lose our balance. The key lies in listening to the voice. The key lies in respecting the power that lies in emotion. The voice will very quickly tell you if you're using too little pressure or not. So listen to the tone of your voice, to the quality, emotion, energy in motion. What happens when we go into silence before we have entered our own voice? Before we have fully expressed what's stirring in our soul, what happens when we hold back in silence before embracing our own sound and before we have distilled our own frequency? Does sound arise from deep silence, or does the silence follow sound? Is there silence within sound, sound within silence? Is there express within depress? So what happens when we press? When we are pressed to perform, pressed to write, when we hold back? Can we also use pressing to bring forth, to give birth to express? Last week I met a dear friend who had fallen into depression, and I told her, I can show you how to shift out of it, how to use the voice and breath and body movement to unlock the door that feels shut in the moment. I can show you the transformation that is possible when you understand the gift of voice, how to transform depression into expression and beauty. And she said to me, I can't sing. And I looked up surprised. And I said, well, then you can allow your body to move to music and start to dance in the mornings and give your spirit a place to express what is working in you. No, I can't dance, she said. And I smiled, but how do you want to beat this depression? Oh, I'm on meds and I'm seeing an analyst. Okay, guys, this is one possibility. And I am not a doctor, I am an artist. So if that's your path, that's okay. I'm an artist and I work with tone, colors, and transforming darkness by becoming friends with it, not fighting it. I use it to feed my songs, just like a tree uses it to anchor. I use it to sing into, just like the stars use it to shine. Never fear the night, it is simply there. Night moves into day, and day moves into night. Birth moves into death, and death moves into birth. We are continually reinventing and rebirthing and recreating. So what happens when we hold back our emotions, pull in, push down, swallow, and stuff what we really feel and who we really are in order to fit an image of who we would like to be instead of who we are meant to be? We suppress, we repress, and in the end, we are depressed. We will not have the life energy available that we need to stay healthy and well. That's what happens. Many people choose to place the word silence above sound. What happens when we enter the space of silence before we have given our true voice to the world? You see, there is a quality to silence that is dead, and there is a quality to silence that sings, that is pregnant with possibility and rings true to our soul. The silence that sings comes from the echo of a life that has been sung, danced, created, embraced, and lived. Depression is the opposite of expression, and the voice holds the key, for it is the door between our inner and outer worlds. There's a beautiful quote from a book by Paulo Coelho, a book entitled Veronica Decides to Die. And the quote goes like this: "As she had been walking from the ward to that room, she had felt such pure hatred that now she had no more rancor left in her heart. She had finally allowed her negative feelings to surface, feelings that had been repressed for years in her soul. She had actually felt them, and they were no longer necessary. They could leave." Yeah, that's a big moment in our lives when we have the courage to feel those deep feelings, and at some point they will simply dissipate and leave us. The voice has a very unique place in our lives. It is a place located above our hearts. It is also located at the entrance to our hearts, and one can enter through the nose, the mouth, the ears, and the frequencies produced stimulate not only the brain and thought processes, but also move down through our hearts into our belly and limbs. When we begin to voice what we feel in tones and sound, we move from depression to expression. We learn to communicate our deeper layers and feelings and bring them out into the world through art. We allow, we open, we release. And release is the opposite of disease, dis-ease. Yes, we release, we are at ease, and we find a new lease on life. Quote, "If the children don't grow up, our bodies get bigger, but our hearts get torn up. We're just a million little gods causing rainstorms, turning every good thing to rust. I guess we'll just have to adjust." Some lines by Arcade Fire. You see, we cannot work against the darkness, you guys, for darkness is always there. Think of the space beyond the clouds, big black universe. Think of the dark earth below and beneath your feet. Transformation begins when you start to understand it as a womb. The darkness as a place where creation is seeded, where the seeds are nurtured. And then you start bringing in the light to nourish those seeds. Many artists have learned that to fight it is a losing battle. Work with it. Work with the night and you will shine like a star. In depression, it feels like a constricting, paralyzing power. Truth is, it can also be very expansive. Yes, expression is the flip side of depression. When we embrace where we are and relax with the moments and begin to express ourselves, we bring in the match. And then think of that one match that sheds light and reveals to you where you need to go. Expression is the match, the flickering flame. Find safe places to express. journaling, singing groups, songwriting, and explore shamanic voice work and sacred sounds. Express through creativity your own visions and give voice to the void you may be feeling. We find delight when we are the creators of our life. We find struggle and pain when we are resisting our true selves and not living our gifts. The path to happiness is choosing a life where you express yourself and are of service to our world that we're creating here together. Make it a priority to discover you and uncover you and recover your true essence. Express your inner beauty, and I would bet my bottom dollar that depression will begin to lift. Your expression is of importance and valued. Have faith in your amazing gifts. Leave a lasting impression on this world. Voice your beautiful essence. Much love to you guys. I'm going to see you again very soon, same time, same place, or you can take these podcasts with you. Just download them. If you want to join me over on Facebook, go to facebook.com/karajohnstad.official, or you can also catch me on twitter.com/karajohnstad, Google+, Pinterest, all over the place. We are so connected. If you'd like to have the podcast and all the articles and the free offerings and gifts and become part of this amazing community, and you'd like to have these things delivered straight into your inbox, all you need to do is go to karajohnstad.com and sign into the homepage, and we're very, very happy to put you on the list and send you out regular mailings and include you when we're doing new launches and all those kinds of things. So lots of love to you. Stay gold and express the beauty that you are. I'm going to see you very soon. Bye-bye.
Silence is a journey where my heart, it travels great distances. Dark landscapes uninhabited. I have no companion to give my heart a blow. Just sometimes in the still and holy calm,